What's going on, y'all? It's your guy Chase Johnson, aka 5100 CJ.
Dark Side.
Back at you with another video, and as you can see, I got a new setup. I like this one. It's more personable. I'm comfortable. It doesn't feel like, I'm finna shoot a video. I'm really just chopping it up with y'all. But this video here is special to me because I did something recently that I'm proud of. Now, I would say this is not new territory. This is just a new road in that territory. And I went to therapy, right? For the first time, I've actually gotten therapy. Now, I've done couples therapy when I got married, but this was the first time I did therapy for myself. And today, recording this video, I did my third segment, third session. So, it's been going pretty well for me. But as somebody that's had conversations in the YouTube spaces like the Manosphere or the relationship sector or Black YouTube, or just doing podcasts in my city, Memphis, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have had a lot of conversations with people and a lot of things, a lot of points that people like to throw out is you need to get therapy. Not to me specifically, but just in general. And sometimes it's weaponized, sometimes it's said from a place of wanting people to heal, and sometimes it's just said as a talking point, right? But I actually got therapy for the first time, and I'm gonna say something about my experience in a moment, but I'm gonna say something to brothers, like men in general, but Black men specifically. Get some therapy, bro. I got young guys that I chop it up with, they got respect for me as a man. We talk about relationships. We talk about, the streets, dealing with little junts here and there. Like, we talk about a lot. We talk about God, you know what I'm saying? I got different people that I associate with, and we had these conversations. But the reason I got therapy is because if you look behind me, you see two guys I grew up with. And this is 2025. So Malcolm, the guy with the dreads, the long dread, the bigger, more focused in picture, Malcolm got killed in 23. And then Eddie got killed in 24. And I believe Fox got killed at the end of 22, maybe. I think he got killed at the end of 22. And Scooter got killed in 2023 as well. So, everybody I have a different relationship with, but nonetheless, these people I broke bread with, told them I loved them. You know what I'm saying? Like, people I really cared about. We talking decade of relationship. And I went through my emotion here and there, but I bottled a lot of it up, to be honest with you. And I would deal with it in silence when I did deal with it. I didn't really do it in front of people. So I knew I needed to. And then one of the places in my life that I feel like I struggle, that I desperately want to get right, is relationships with women. And not platonic relationships or family relationships. I mean relationships with women that I'm interested in being with. You know what I'm saying? I have struggled at that, and I just needed to kind of look at myself more. I'm always a guy that self-reflects. Like, when a relationship goes sour, I can identify their issues. In this last relationship, I definitely can identify her issues, but that's for her and God to deal with. I can't worry about what she did. I got to worry about what I allowed, what I went through, what I did wrong, what I did right, etc., etc. I had to do those things. But instead of going about it the normal way that I have gone about it, I say, you know what, let me just get a kind of a mental checkup. Let's just kind of look at what maybe I'm missing, or something I may not understand about myself, that somebody that doesn't know me, that has a professional basis of operation, that could kind of, you feel what I'm saying? Like help me get right. So I decided to get therapy. Now, for the people that want to get therapy, I believe that you can get therapy with Medicaid. I know that I got insurance. So I was able to, you know, get therapy sessions for little to nothing because my insurance covered the bulk of it. You know what I'm saying? So I think I paid like $20 a session. So I got some pretty good insurance. So I would suggest that brothers, you know, think about it, look into it. So my experience with therapy, the first session was more of an introduction, and I talked more about the situation of my brothers and the last woman that I dealt with. And she kind of got a sense of who I was, because one thing about me, bro, I'm very honest and forthcoming. Like, I don't, even when I ask people in my life for advice, I'm the type of guy, I'm gonna tell you what I did wrong to tell you what the woman or person or whatever happened in the relationship that I'm asking for advice in. I'm always gonna give you at least the best view that I can of both parties, because I don't want BS advice that's gonna make me feel good. So I'm just honest with people. I'm just gonna keep it gangster. Like I'm just gonna give it to you how it is, not how I want you to see it, so I can get some sound advice. Because if I'm asking you for advice, I pretty much appreciate what you gotta say anyway. So, you know. So we established some of things about me. She said I was honest. She said you seem to be a very caring and loving man, you know. And I told her, I ain't perfect now, you know. I know. She was like, I know, but you know, from how you carry yourself in this conversation, you're very intelligent, all that good stuff. So I got to telling her about experiences that I had with this relationship, and some of the things that weren't reciprocated, and some of the things I felt just wasn't right, and why I kind of made the choice to bag away. And I'm gonna tell you to kind of get some understanding of me. One of the things she said that I seem to have an issue with is boundaries. And when I sat and thought about it, like when she said it, I didn't say nothing. She was talking, I was half listening. But when she said it, it just made me think, right? That's just the best way I can put it. It made me think. So I was like, And I just started thinking about things that I had gone through in my life. So that was kind of the first section. She kind of gave me something to think about, and she was like, you know, try to hold on to this boundary of staying out of contact. And I did that. It didn't work too long because some things went on, but I recognize that very well may be an issue that I have. The second session was more about boundaries, but more was about how I date, how I meet people, what I'm expecting, how to set my expectations, how to set a boundary, and how far I'm willing to go within a certain amount of time with dealing with a person, what I'm willing to do, how much time I'm willing to spend, what are my non-negotiables. And she explained that if you don't set these boundaries, and it's a black woman, by the way, you know, they say I hate black women, right? But I requested a black woman therapist. Now, I'm not gonna stick with a black woman for the longest, but because I do want to talk to a man that's gonna have just more of an understanding of what our reality is. But so far, I actually like this young woman. So we were just chopping it up about how to set the boundaries. And then today was more so about like getting a score of how well I keep boundaries. And basically where I struggle is pretty much, there are other places I struggle a little bit, but mostly I struggle in romantic relationships. When it comes to women I care about, want to be with, I tend to give a pass to things that I normally wouldn't give a pass to. And I don't think that's a bad thing, because one thing I said about it was I don't want to have to set boundaries. Like, I just want us to be adults and have an understanding, right? Like, I can say I don't want to, you know, I don't like this, I don't like that. But that's just not the reality of the world we live in. You have to set boundaries because people are habitual line steppers. Shout out to Charlie Murphy.
You know, he would step across the line. Habitually, he's a habitual line stepper.
You'll give a person an inch, they really will take a mile. Like, this is something that I'm just really starting to understand, because let's be honest, like, I've always been the guy in my 20s, I'm 33 now, but in my 20s, I was married, but when I was divorced, nigga, my body count soared. Like, it got out of control how many chicks I was hitting. But the thing I liked, pretty much, there's two things I liked about living that lifestyle. The pleasure of it, right? And the control. Because I always made it clear I wasn't on that relationship stuff. So I could just send them on their way. So like for the majority of my adult life, yeah, I say 20 to 24, I was in a marriage, right? But that person I had been with for a long time. But after 24, 20, like I got 25, 26, like right up in there, from then on there, I was straight thugging. You dig what I'm saying? I ain't bragging on it, but I was getting, whoever I aimed at, I was hitting, bro. I'm just gonna be real with you. I'm not bragging about it. It's just the reality. But I like the control. I like the pleasure. But I was empty. So fast forwarding back to why I'm even bringing this up, I'm in a space in my 30s where I really value relationship. And I did in my 20s, but once I got my heart broken and got divorced, I was rebellious, bro. But I came back down to earth, and now it's like these boundaries are like new to me because I never really had to set. I just did my thing. Like you just wasn't gonna do X, like. And I think when it comes to love, or when it comes to trying to really be with somebody, boundaries can get a little more tricky because you're trying to, you know, make the woman feel good or make the person feel good, or, you know, not be so hard on them because, you know, you care about them and you want them to be happy, you want them to enjoy time with you, so you kind of bend your own rules. I'm learning in therapy like you can't do that. So I was telling my little partner today, shout out my boy, you know who you is. We were chopping it up today, and I would just tell him, like, go get therapy, gang. Like, what you've been through, like it's not what you think it is. It's not someone telling you you're a horrible person, or, you know, you need to do this or you're not gonna be right. It's somebody that's a non-biased party that has professional training, that can listen to what you have to say and compare it to their studies, their different clients, and just their own life experience from a professional lens that can kind of give you a guideline or an understanding of why you do the things you do. They're not going to fix anything for you, but they're going to give you the tools that you need to fix them, if you be honest. And I was telling him, when you go, bro, don't go in there capping. Like, be honest, bro. Like, you ain't got to tell everything the first day. Like, warm up to it, but, like, don't go in there closed-minded. So I would say for a lot of brothers, like, do it, bro. Like, do it. You'll be glad you did it. And if you feel as if, now couples therapy I have not done since I got married. I would definitely want a man therapist, because I do feel like women will be very biased when another woman is in the room. It's like this unspoken code. Well, I guess it ain't unspoken because it's called girl's girl, right? So but I really enjoyed these therapy sessions. I really be looking forward to them. Maybe an hour long. I really enjoy it because it kind of just gives me an understanding of myself and gives me more of a way to get better. I'm all about getting better, bro. So that definitely felt good for me. So I suggest it for anybody. I just say don't go closed-minded when you go. And don't be closed-minded if you're trying to decide if you're gonna, like, just consider it, bro. Like, it's just like going to the doctor. It's just like going to the doctor. So it's just getting a checkup, you know, getting an understanding of what's going on with your body. It's just your brain. Bro, everybody named Mama texting me, man. What's going on? But yeah, so I would suggest this for brothers. Take your time with it. And I also requested that they be a faith-based therapist. So she was a Christian. So we even talked about Proverbs, which is right now, and I don't know a lot about the Bible, but right now Proverbs is my favorite book because it's accountability, it's guideline, it's how to choose women, it's how to be a man that's righteous, and it's about, you know, King Solomon, you know what I'm saying? And King Solomon, one of them ones, you see what I'm saying? A wise man, where I aim to be. So I'm not looking to be perfect. I don't look to make excuses, bro. And part of me doing this is like me taking another step and being more accountable, me taking another step and being a better man. I always say, even in the last relationship, you know, until she got mad at me, right? She would always say, you're a great man. I would always say, nah, I'm a decent man. Because I understand the journey that I'm on. I understand what I came from and where I am now and where I'm trying to go. So I'm very grounded in that. I don't have this, my head big, but my head ain't big. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't really think like that. But I think everyone should try it at least once. I think you get a lot out of it. But, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up, man. So make sure y'all hit the like button, the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you can get all of my content as soon as it drops. And look, man, I'm gonna get more consistent. I know I've said this before, but I think I found what I wanna do that allows me to consistently make content. Because a lot of the time I was caught up in reaction videos or the trending topics. And you know what? I'm gonna just give y'all my life. Now I ain't gonna give you every detail, but this is what I'm on right now. So, you know, let's go for the ride. And I'm not a content creator, bro, that got all the answers. That ain't what I'm here for. I'm not here to be your guru. I'm not here to be your social media expert. I'm not here to be your coach. That ain't what I'm here. We're on a journey together, gang. If you want to go through this journey with me, subscribe, bro. You know, leave a comment, show some love, bro. We're going to keep going, man. So anyway, I'm going to get up with y'all next time. It's your guy, Chase Johnson, a.k.a. 5100 CJ, and I will catch you later. You